Hi Bibies and welcome to my channel. My name is CarmiMua, and in today's video we are going to do a realistic get ready with me. Now I am super excited because I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time. Like you guys know, I love putting on some fresh paint, and I was kind of like on a 50-50 if I wanted to do like a realistic or like an extra AF. So what I did is what I normally do when I have life dilemmas. I just got on my Instagram, I put up a poll, and let me tell you, it was so tight that I was like, oh, okay. Like one time it was like more the extra one, the other time it was more the realistic one. So I've decided I'm gonna do them both, starting with the realistic one, mainly because, as I said, I've been thinking about it, doing it for a little bit, because I feel like I wanted to kind of show you how I normally get ready on a kind of like day to day if I'm going out for a meeting, if I have like an interview with like a new company and I need to meet them and everything. So kind of giving you also a little bit of kind of like makeup for just like doing like a job interview. So yeah, I hope you guys are very excited. I am super thrilled. So I just wearing like a bodycon in black, so it's super simple. I just slick my hair back on a Ariana Grande ponytail. Ariana Grande wannabe ponytail. And yes, I'm just gonna show you what we have in front of me. I don't really have many products because, to be honest with you, it's realistic. We gotta be out of the house in a minute. So it's kind of like divided in very quick 5 steps. And step number 1 is beverage. There is no way I'm getting ready without coffee. I'm just gonna let you know. So I hope you guys are excited because I certainly am. So without further ado, let's just get ready. Alright babies, so we're gonna start with priming. Now that's the first things I do. You guys know I'm a huge believer on using primers, mainly because I find it that they are making my makeup last longer. As you can see, this is quite nice and running, and is the Hydrate primer by Revolution. So anything that is gonna help to hydrate my skin, and what I'll do, I just like mix it with my hand and press it in, is something that I absolutely love, need, and pretty much my skin really desires. So as you can see, I just like pa. It's all nice, and I always do my neck as well. As you can see, I freshly shaved this morning and everything, and even when I use like a very gentle like way to actually like razor doing it, I'm using like a sensitive cream and a sensitive razor, I still get little bumps, little cuts, because I do have more of a dry skin, and having dry skin means that you're more prone to actually like irritate it or anything. So yeah, don't know why I told you that, but I did. So after that, I always use something for my lips, like something to condition or oil them on everything. And I've been using this hashtag This Is Everything by NYX Lip Oil. Now they do come in a variant of color, however, they are pretty clear when you are applying them on onto your lips. Like you can't really see that this is purple, to be honest with you. But I kind of don't mind because I will take it off later once I put on my lipstick. But in the meantime, I like this to just like really hydrate. And let me tell you, I've been using it even on days that I don't wear any makeup. So good. It's so nice. It just like looks juicy, but then as the time will go, you'll see that it's gonna actually start to absorb into the lips, and it's gonna leave them nice and soft, very kissable, darling. So we are gonna start with our eyes now. Yes, shocker, I always do my eyes before I do my foundation, my base, and everything. So I'm gonna take this brush up in here. There is the E34 by Blank Canvas, my primer, PaintPot Soft Ocher. If you have been watching at least like 2 of my videos, you know that this is what I tend to use all the time. I love this one. I found this like the best primer to not only keep the base of the actual eyeshadow down so that you don't get any crease, but it's good for longevity. It just brings up like the effect. Like it just makes like every eyeshadow pop even more. And even if on a day-to-day I tend to use like pretty much like 1 or 2 eyeshadows, I still want them to be the best. So what I'll do is, as you can see, I pat and make sure the word is fab. Oh, I need to really work on my comedy. It's dry. It's like my skin. My comedy is like my skin. Little tip that I have is actually after you use a little bit of your finger, normally I tend to do like my ring finger, this one over here, to just like blend it even more, because I find that like sometimes the heat can actually make the product more like blended and a little bit softer, especially around the edges up in here, because if not, later when we are gonna do our foundation, you will be able to see the primer, and yeah, that's not always the best case. So I'm gonna use 2 eyeshadow palettes today. I'm gonna use this one over here that is from Profusion and is the matte palette. If you guys want, there is already like a review on this bad boy over here when I test out all Profusion products, and I have been enjoying this quite a lot. And then the one that I'm also gonna use is this one over here that I'm not sure why. It is the Revolution with Carmi. So yeah, I really wanted to use it. Also because I use this one pretty much on a daily, especially the highlighters and everything, and we are going to use them later. But I do want to use as well like the gold for my eyelids, when this one, as you can see, is just matte. So we're going to start first of all with this bad boy and this brush. Now this one is the E20 by Blank Canvas, and I'm going to go in with the shade called Unity. As you can see, is pretty loved. Take off the excess and start very quickly to define my crease. Now another question that I do get asked quite a lot is, do I set my PaintPot, like my MAC PaintPot, before I push shadows? No, you don't have to. It's actually work better if you don't set it. And the tip is to actually first deposit the product where you want. So I tend to do like my crease and just like stample it in like so. And then with the same brush, very softly, you are going to like blend it and diffuse it. Then another thing, so to be honest with you, I do as well, is I go back in with my finger just here at the very edge. And that kind of gives like a super blending effect without actually using any more product. That's another little Carmi secret. Also kind of helps me to save up some time. So as you will see, I'm going to use this shade over here, just like 1, 2, 1, 2. Then I'm going to go in with a smaller brush, and for this I'm going to use the E42 by Blank Canvas, and I'm going to go with this shade up in here. There is called Zing, and just firstly deposit on the outside, so kind of like 3/4, and very loosely I am blending them like so, to kind of like meet them together. So just like 1, 2, 1, 2, perfect. And then I go back in with the previous brush to just do my edges, and again blend a little bit more. And as you can see, I'm pretty liberal with this brush because it is a very soft smoky eye. You don't have to be like super precise. You don't have to go like very slow. You kind of just like want to whack it on. To be honest with you, that is as real as it gets. Sometimes Carmi really doesn't have much time to get ready. And then I'm going to use Bibies. There is the darker color from this palette on this E26. And I'm just taking it on one side, taking my product, and very lightly I'm gonna do like very close to my lashes, kind of like softly just like blending it. And as you can see, I'm gonna go like in and out, in and out, in and out. With the Blank Canvas A09, I'm gonna take the shade Opulence. There is an eyeliner. Again, I double it up so many times as a shadow, and I'm just gonna press this one on the inner corner and just meet the shades that we done before. And yes, we will go back in with a little bit of the darker one to kind of go back with definition, but this is pretty much what we want. So it's just like press, 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 press. As you guys see, I don't really use wet brushes. I know a lot of people, they like to use wet brush. I don't like it, especially because I do have a little bit of texture on my eyelids, like have a little bit of lines. Sometimes when you wet them too much, they tend to look more textured, like more metallic, very beautiful. However, if you do tend to have lines onto your eyes and everything, skip that. Trust and believe is not the best thing to do. So back with the previous brush of the E26, devious as a shade, and just very quickly and very lightly, I am just like softly blending the edges so that it looks like they were always meant to marry each other, like so. Absolutely delicious. So next step is eyeliner. There is no way I'm going out the house without eyeliner. I feel like naked if I don't. So I'm going to use my Art-Ki-Tekt by LASplash. You guys know I use this all the time, and for that I'm going to go in a little bit closer. So what I tend to do is pretty straightforward, like wing eyeliner. I always start with my flick out here, and I kind of like do the little bit tracing, then not at the end, a little bit before I go in, like so, right at the middle, and then from the inner corner I tend to kind of like go towards the center, and as you can see, this is pretty much my wing mapped, and after I'm just gonna like fill it in, taking my time. Normally it will get just a little bit more chubbier because I will put on lashes, because yes, let's be real, did you ever see me without lashes on? I don't think so. So I'm gonna do the eyes very, very quickly, and then when I am back, I will be having already my lashes on so that we can cut some time. And I'm using this MakeupbyTammi lashes. Hey queen, this one over here are in the style Grace. You guys know I've been using these lashes for forever. Before they used to be called Lovable Lashes. However, now Tammi decided to just take her name, take her in charge like a good old CEO, and this is the way they look. They are absolutely amazing. Again, I'm not sponsored by anything. I truly just really, really love those lashes. And also, I do have a discount code there. It is not an affiliate link, so I'm not making any money, but Tammi give it to me so that you guys, if you want, you can save 15%, and it is just CarmiMua. So yeah, so if you guys want to use it, please go and check it out. Those lashes are fire, and I will leave it down below in the description as well, like the direct link. So if you want it, they're affordable, they're reusable, they're cruelty-free, they're vegan, they are stunning. So I'm gonna do my liner and my lashes very quick, and I'll be back with you with the eyes pretty much done. Very simple, very cute. Alright, Bibies, so the lashes are on nice and secure. Now you guys know me, I do like very dramatic lashes, but Tammi does actually have also like natural style as well. So the only thing is just go and check it if in case you are wondering what are the styles. So one thing that I actually do every time I do my lashes or my liner is I do tend to black pencil to just tie line absolutely everything, specifically the top waterline, because as you guys can see, I know that sounds really weird of me just pulling my eyes up, you can see the skin color, and that kind of like gets away all the illusion. So I just take the black pencil, and this one is from MAC. It is the Squid, and what I like about it is that waterproof, is so creamy, and it's so easy to actually put it on. It does not irritate your eyes, and as you can see now that the top it is black, it just looks like the lashes are coming more from like your natural lashes, so they kind of mimic better. Like, I don't know, like it's harder to see where your natural are and where the fake are. Can you feel me? When in this one you can really see like the white of the eyes. So we're gonna do the same one just here on top, and always use waterproof pencil like on the waterline, mainly because they are the one that they're gonna last longer, but they're also so easy to actually remove. But at least once they're on, you never have to worry about. So this is what we have. We might use a little bit later for my bottom lower lash, but we'll see. First, a little bit of glitter, because you guys know I always wear glitter on my eyes. I love the way they look, like they are very pretty, they're cute, but glitter just takes it to another level, and I like this liquid glitters from LASplash. Now this one is Goblet. I really love them. I think they're like so easy to use. You just like paint on like the glitter, and I like the effect that it gives. It kind of makes like everything look, again, expensive, and it puts the look into like a new level. Like it feels like you spend more time than you actually did, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. So just taking this one over here, because I do cut creases, but not every day, you know. It's like, it's not I don't have the time to do all that, you know. It's like I need to get ready, I need to like shave, I have to do my hair. Got so much things to do. I like to sleep. I need to have a good breakfast though. I like to have coffees. Ain't nobody got time to do a cut crease every single day. Just gonna filter out that one. So I'm gonna do both sides, but first of all, this is one of them. Look at the difference into the eyes. Like absolutely stunning. So let's do the other one. Alright babes, so now that the glitter is almost dry, we're gonna just save some time and do our brows. And I actually use two products. Now this one over here is fairly new, and I've been actually using it for about 2 months, and I'm obsessed over it. And it's this Catrice Brow Colorist. It's a semi-permanent brow mascara. Now as you guys know, I tend to only actually use brow mascara because my eyebrows are pretty full as they are. I kind of just want to like give them a little bit of a volume, as well as a little bit more of a specific shape. And I find that like brow mascara, they're the one that they kind of help to keep everything in place. So you guys see, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Just dunk it in once or twice and just get the product onto your brows. Mainly is the front area up in here that I have a little bit more sparse brow, like so I like here to be a little bit more defined. The center of my brows is pretty full as it is, as well as the tail, it kind of just like goes a nice way by itself. Before I used to use like so many products on my brows, like I used to spend like half an hour to like an hour on my brows. Now it's like 5 minutes. Like I literally spend more time doing my mascara than doing my brows. And then I'm gonna use this Eylure. Now this one is the Brow Control and Shape Gel. It's a long-lasting fixer gel, and as you guys see, it's a little bit bigger as a spoolie. It is completely clear, and I love this one over here because it completely settles the product down. As you can see, it looks a little bit softer when here you can see where the product has been. So I like this one to soften it up completely, as well as it is completely like a fixer. So once you decide where to put your brows, they're gonna last all day. Like they're literally gonna stick completely. I used to use Benefit Brows product, and again, they're absolutely amazing. They're a little bit expensive, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. You guys know me. I'm a drugstore kind of person. If I can find something just as good in the drugstore, you watch me using drugstore all the time. But Benefit does do good brows. Just, you know, you can find a drugstore alternative if you're looking for one. So this is what we have with my brows. So now, before I actually do the bottom of my eyes and mascara and everything, because yes, I haven't put mascara on, we're gonna do my foundation. Now for my day-to-day, I actually been using this one quite a bit, and it is the Slick Cream 2 powder. I mentioned it once or twice before how easy it is to put on. And I'm gonna go in with this brush. There is F06 by Blank Canvas. I really like this one because it does give me a very good coverage, but it's not too heavy. Like sometimes what I find is like if I go to like a meeting or something, I want them to actually see my skin, the way it looks and everything, especially when you like go to like meeting about like photo shoot and everything. You want to kind of like tighten up yourself and make yourself look quite pretty. However, you also want to kind of like show what kind of work they need to do before, you know, because a lot of companies, they do like to see you as well without makeup. However, they will ask you, you know, like if there is a company they want to see you without makeup, sometimes they actually even say that, you know, they're like, oh Carmi, like we want you to have you for like this campaign, blah 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 blah, would you mind coming with very minimal makeup so that we can see like how your skin is without all the cake, especially because people know how much I like to cake my face. And to be honest with you, it really doesn't bother me. As I mentioned it to you guys, I go between stages, as in like there are days where I will put on a full face of makeup, so be super extra. There are others days where I'm quite happy not to even put makeup on. So if I get asked to just wear very minimal makeup, 99% of the time I'm gonna go without makeup. I'm just gonna be like, hey sis, this is me, have a look, what do you think, do you like it? So this is what I do. So here we have it, and as I'm mentioning to you guys, I love this product over here because one, a little bit goes a long way, and two, I don't have to set it, I don't have to do anything, it does pretty much everything itself. But of course we need to kind of like help this dark circle up in here. So I'm using my Conceal and Define in the shade C7. Also, I haven't mentioned what shade I am on the Slick one, just in case if you want. It is 1086. I'm always a bit confused with like where to find the like shades sometimes on Slick product, because some of them do have names, and some others like this one actually just have numbers. So just in case, I will be leaving everything down in the description. So I think it will make your life a little bit easier. And guys, so this is my concealer down. And for that, I actually take a clean brush, and this one is the F21. And to just like stipple it in very quickly, because I want some areas to be a little bit brighter, like so. And just blend now. That's all we got to do, is just blend. Now that we have blended all our concealer and it's nice and down, as you can see, we are starting to have a little bit of structure. Now, what I do after is a little bit of contouring and a little bit of powdering. We're gonna do powder first, and I'm gonna use this Bake and Blot by Revolution in the shade Banana. Now, as I mentioned it to you, I actually really like this one up in here because it's a very soft powder. Is not too heavy, and what I do is I just completely set my concealer, especially because my foundation is a cream to powder, so it doesn't really need much setting, if not any setting at all. So I just take this big brush. Now this one is the 330 by Revolution Pro, and just do my concealer pointer like so that we kind of like ensure ourselves that we get pretty much none creasing, because ain't nobody likes to be creased. And for that, I'm going to use the Revolution Renaissance Glow. So this is going to be my contouring, and I'm going to use this shape up in here, the shade up in here. And this is the brush 250. I like it because it's a little bit smaller than the one before, and kind of just like hugs my cheek beautifully. And I kind of go midway between my foundation and my contouring, and I go all the way where my hairline is, like here, and I kind of like drag it down pretty much where my eye starts, like here, like right at the middle of my eye is where I will stop, and just like bounce, and then softly blend everything. I also do a little bit of my jawline, especially on this corner over here, so to kind of like soften it up and make it slightly more rounder, like so. And then of course we do the forehead, and here I just like stipple, just like so. I don't like to go too heavy on my forehead contouring. However, I do use a little bit more just here. Now, is one thing that I get asked all the time is, oh my god, Carmi, you are losing hair. I'm not actually losing hair, is the way the hairline of a man is not as cute, as pretty, as close like a lady. I do have a very high start of a hairline. There's nothing I can do. A lot of people get hair transplants, so to kind of like make it closer. However, you guys know, I really don't care for plastic surgery. I really don't care for like procedure and everything. I'm happy the way I look. That's it. You know, it's like, it doesn't faze me. I do get a little bit bored when everyone keeps saying to me, Carmi, you are losing hair, or like, you know, especially like on Instagram videos, people always ask me just like, oh my god, look, it's losing all its hair, or like hashtag hairline gone, and I'm like, whatever. I really don't care. I really don't care. I'm just like, yeah, okay. You know, it's like after the second, third, fifth, 500 time that you're reading the same comment, you just feel like, if that's what you gotta say, I'm kind of okay. You know, it's like I'm kind of living. And if one day I'm gonna lose my hair, bye. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just hair. It's really not that deep. I'm also gonna take just a little bit on the side of my nose, like so. I got like skimpy little nose just here. So this is pretty much as quick as easy as my contouring is gonna go. So I'm gonna go back in with my palette, and with this brush there is the 320, so the fan brush, and I will be using pretty much like Opulence, and then just a little bit of Flash Me, dust off the excess, and get this one popping. Look how cute. A little bit more of Opulence. So I do like a good old gold highlighter, especially if I do like soft makeup. Always looks so pretty. Like so, just taking your time and gloat yourself. Ooh, looking pretty, looking cute, looking like a little snack with no hair. Now that the skin is pretty much completed, I'm just gonna go in and finish off my eyes. So I'm gonna take this small E08 brush, and again the shade Devious, take off the excess, and just gonna add a little bit, and I mean a little bit, a lot, down in my lower lash line. Now again, and I feel like I've said this a few times, there are a lot of BBs that are always a bit afraid to put on some makeup, specifically like some eyeshadow down here on the lower lash. Honey, look at the difference of my two eyes. I'm also gonna take a clean brush, this E41, and I'm gonna keep this one looking upwards, but just softening it all up very quick. Like, look at the difference between these two eyes. Like, this does look cute, but it kind of feels like it's floating somewhere. This has completely opened up my eyes. With the wing, it's completely pulling it up. Trust and believe. You don't have to use 50 eyeshadow down there if you don't want, just one. And it really makes all the difference in the world. Like, I personally feel like if I don't do my lower lash, I haven't finished my eye. It's just, it's impossible for me to think that my eyes is finished. So just taking a little bit. And as you can see, it's pretty easy. So don't you worry. And my biggest tip is always have a clean brush. Just blend the excess and keep the brush upwards so that you blend it. I've mentioned it before, if you keep the brush straight, the brush will open and it will just drag your shadow down. And if it's like this, it's just gonna soften it up and make sure everything looks beautiful. Finally, BBs, so we're gonna add a little bit of mascara to just disguise our lashes with the Falsy. Now I'm using today the Mascara by Revolution. I'm somebody that, to be honest with you, I don't really have like a must-have mascara because I do always use lashes. However, for me, what a mascara needs to do is be extra black, like this one, nice and rich in pigment, nice and wet, to the point that it's just like, it's really gonna disguise the lashes together. And it does have to be like, without crumbles, like, you know, like mascara that they crumble everywhere. They are just a mess for me. I don't always want it to be waterproof, to be honest with you, because I find that like they are a pain to always remove them. So I'm quite happy to be like water resistant or sweat resistant. Waterproof is not something that I like has to have it for me. But just make sure once it's on, it's not gonna be on your chin. That's literally all I care. Like a flake proof mascara is pretty much like a necessity. It's the first things that I want is like, do not flake on me, because honey, I don't have time to look after the mess you have created. So this is what they look like. Now, as I mentioned it, I like to be a little bit extra, so I'm gonna do my black pencil again, Squid, and I'm gonna do this one in my waterline, because as you guys know, is what I like to do is just have my eyes to be the center of the attention, my skin to be nice and glowy. But this is pretty much like my eye look completed. Did you really think that? Of course you didn't. So I'm gonna go in with the E23 and the shade called Flesh Me, so small pointed brush. 1, 2, 1, 2. And inner corner highlighter. Like, where have I been if I don't have inner corner highlighter? And I'm gonna tell you this, yes, this is a realistic get ready with me with CarmiMua. This is how I get out of the house. It's nothing I can do. Like, I don't do soft makeup. Like, I do soft makeup sometimes, but mainly this is what I look like. So before I finish it off, I'm gonna use my lipstick. As you guys know, LASplash lipstick for me does pretty much one of the best lipstick ever. Once it's on, it doesn't move. And this one is in the shade Montiferous. Leave it down to the description. The name is pretty much like a dark nude. Let's just put it on. So here with Bibies, so this is our final look, and let me tell you, normally this is a time where I just take my hairbrush and I start to struggle to make this hair appear anywhere decent. Like, I see so many people that they have this gorgeous hair and they just like living this beautiful fantasy where like the wind just blows and everything look beautiful, and then I look at myself and I feel like why does that not happen to me? I don't understand. But yes, guys, this is my realistic get ready with me. And if you are wondering, yes, I do put a lot of makeup on. I love the cosmetics. I think I'm always gonna have at least like a 15 product to put on. It's just the way I am, you know, and I always feel like when you feel comfortable with the way you look, you are just down for everything. So if you are gonna recreate this look or just empower yourself to go for a good job interview, you're gonna get it, because you're just gonna look there and just gonna be like, hi, I work here, do you know? And then when the person says like, really, you're just like, potentially, like, I don't know, like if the money are good or something, like I would like to work here, I need a job. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you stay subscribed down below, because I will do my extra AF one, because trust me, if you think this was a lot of makeup, you do not have for that. And of course, if you can, give me that good thumbs up. Comment down below if you do have any question for me, so the next time maybe we can do a little bit of a spicy Q&A as well. And if you can, share this video. Help me reach the BB family that we love and we deserve, because we are pretty cool up in here. And always remember, like if you like, hate if you hate, and until next time, you're welcome.